All right, you guys know the drill now. You asked and we answered. This is Ask Charge Anything, part 2. On our Facebook group, we had a lot of people asking questions and we decided to make another video. If you have any questions related to running, training, or anything about Charge, this is the perfect place to ask. Well, let's take a look at some of the questions. As you guys remember, I have my handy dandy computer here to help me out, so let's dive right in. Julie asks, anyone here eat a keto diet? I've really liked keto in the past. Focus, energy, keeping hunger in check, and I would really like to get back to it, but wondering if others have found that lack of carbs impacts their running. Thanks. An annoying first comment, but everybody is different. The traditional running diet, though, does have more of a focus on carbs rather than fat. Regardless of how many carbs we consume, our body can only use so much of it for energy while it has unlimited fat stores. Basically. This is why during a race you'll typically consume simple carbs to get you through, saying that you really have to find out what works best for you. Coach Rory does something really close to a keto diet and it works really well for him. Me, on the other hand, I like to stick closer to a higher carb ratio because I know my body will run optimally when I eat very healthy, complex carbs along with fats and proteins. A good rule of thumb, though, in general, is to stick to whole foods and organic and grass-fed when you can. Aim for less ingredients on a label. For example, when you're buying marinara, make sure to check out the ingredients label. Make sure that sugar is in the first ingredient. Make sure there aren't a ton of preservatives. You're aiming for fewer ingredients on the label. Focus on good quality vegetables, kale, spinach, broccoli, and starchy vegetables like sweet, regular potato, kabocha squash, fruits like berries, bananas, and apples to give you more energy, whole grains such as brown rice, quinoa, freekeh. Freekeh is amazing, by the way. I feel like nobody knows about it. It's really high in fiber and protein. And also stick to high quality lean proteins too, like chicken breast. Always good to look for good omega-3 like salmon, and maybe the occasional steak if you feel like your body needs iron or B12. If you're vegan or vegetarian, getting some more protein from like tofu. I can talk about this topic forever. All right, let's go to question number 2. Jenny asks, any tips for sore feet after a long run? Specifically, the ball of my feet are sore. The ball. So number one thing I like to keep in mind when I notice that I may have an injury coming is check in with myself. Does this soreness feel like more of an annoyance or an injury? Sometimes, obviously, it's hard to tell though. If it seems more of a soreness, kind of annoyance, a good thing to do is to use a golf ball to roll out your foot. This is a great way to ease pain associated with plantar fasciitis. It's also great to prevent foot injuries in general. When looking at the ball of the foot, it could be Morton's neuroma. Morton's neuroma is due to inflammation of the nerve. As your foot is swelling when it runs, pressure may be placed on this nerve, which could be in turn hurting the ball of your foot. A big thing here is to look at loosening up your shoelaces. As runners too, it's really important to get a pair of shoes that's maybe a half a size bigger than you would typically wear because our feet do swell when we run. This may help relieve some pressure stemming from that nerve. Also look into insoles, which actually may help with the issue. If the pain persists, take a little bit of time off of running. Use a spin bike, swim laps, hop on an elliptical to supplement the time that you're taking off of running. Start with a few days or maybe even a week and see how you feel after. If the pain persists or if you want to be extra careful, go see a podiatrist who may give you more insight to exactly where the issue is stemming from. Bonus points, find a podiatrist who is a runner or understands running because they'll have more insight to your issue. Moving to the next, let's go over to Chantel. Question. I'm seeing these moderate tempo runs, etc. at times I have available, but not sure if they're too advanced for where I'm at. How does one know what classes to do? I've done a few classes that have stated they're beginner easy, and I've done a few races with all different paces of people, so I understand that concept. Dawn had the same question. I want to run tomorrow at 5 a.m., but the live run is a walk to run. I want to run the entire time, but enjoy being part of the live run. Is it okay to modify what you're doing? In short, yes. So with every Charge run, your coach will help you modify it to fit your current fitness level. For example, if you're more of a walk to run runner, coaches will recommend when to walk. For instance, if you were to join a moderate tempo workout, they'll let you know when to walk versus run. Charge's level 1 pace is a comfortable pace run, 3 to 4 on a scale of 1 to 10 for most runners. It's gonna be at a run. For a lot of runners too, this is at a fast walk, especially when you're building back or coming back from injury. So just keep that in mind. There's always a way to make the levels work for you. If you're more of a walk to run runner, maybe take the level 1 at a walk and a level 2 at a run at first. Let's say you're in a training plan and your training plan says 40 minutes of light, comfortable, easy running, but the only live run at the moment is an interval workout. Let the coach know in the chat you're gonna be taking today easy, and they'll cheer you on and motivate you through to continue this run at your level 1 pace. In short, again, there's always a way to make the live workouts work for you and to modify it to fit your needs. Another one bites the dust. All right, let's go to Denise. Dude, running outside is so much harder than running on a treadmill. I've been doing so well with my pace as a new runner, increasing it from teens to the 10s since August. Then I joined Coach Betsy on a 45-minute light interval this afternoon, and I felt like I was running in mud. I couldn't resist because it was so beautiful outside today. But I think for the most part, I will stick to my boring treadmill. I totally get you. This changes for me. If I'm running outside more, I'll prefer to run outside. If I'm running on the treadmill more, I'll prefer to run on the treadmill. The more you do get outside though, the easier it's gonna feel over time. Don't feel like you can only run slow paces outside, because over time, if you're running that on the treadmill, it will translate to outside. When you're training for a race, definitely recommend to get some runs outside in addition to what you're doing on the treadmill. Because the race is gonna be outside, your body wants to get ready for that and how it's gonna feel. So try to run maybe 1 to 2 runs at least outside during your training. If you're doing a longer race, maybe get those long runs in outside. Mixing it up is key. All right, moving right along. And last but not least, let's look at Nessa's question. I've been looking at half marathon training plans and now feeling confused. LOL. Lol. I'm wondering how to combine a training plan with Charge, e.g. looking at the Hal Higgin app. Would I just look for runs that sort of match up with the plan? What do others do? So that's a great question. Whether you're using a Charge training plan, which we talked about in Ask Charge Anything Part 1, I will link below to that. And I'll also link to our half marathon training plan if you want to check that out. You can basically use the Charge app though with any training plan that you're doing. For example, if you have a training plan that says run 30 easy pace miles, 30 easy pace minutes, or maybe 3 to 4 miles on Monday, I would say your best bet is to find a live run or an on-demand run that fits that duration. If you need to leave a live run early, we all understand, we all have lives. Sometimes, it happens. You can just let the coach know in the chat too, hey, I have 30 minutes on the calendar today, so I might need to hop out of this 40-minute run a little bit early. We all understand, we all have personal goals to hit. If you hop out early, just don't forget to stretch. If you're doing a training plan that has a long run on the weekend, maybe hop into a couple of live Charge runs. We should have medium to longer runs on the weekends. A lot of runners too will hop into classes back to back for that extra motivation to make it hit the duration that they're gonna be running for. Some runners too like to hop into a Charge run at the end of their long run for that extra motivation to get to the finish. Whatever you do, we can make it fit. And if you have any questions about how to make a run fit, honestly, just reach out. We got you covered. Ask us any questions that you have in the comments below or on our Facebook page. You already know. Give this video a like and don't forget to subscribe. And until next time, charge on. Oh, what's that? You like my sweater? Check out our merch store. I will provide a link to that in the description as well, so you can get your beanie, your race shirt, your sweatshirt, etc.